Hello, and welcome to this New Jersey Cultural Trust and New Jersey State Council on the Arts webinar about the fiscal year 27 Cultural Trust Grant Opportunity. I'm Izzy Kasdan, Executive Director of the New Jersey Cultural Trust. I'm here with Tammy Rice Herman, Director of Grants and Strategies at the New Jersey State Council on the Arts, and Avery Weirs, the Grants and Operations Coordinator for the Cultural Trust. While this webinar is pre-recorded, we are available by phone and email, or you may schedule an appointment for in-depth questions. This mini webinar is part 4 of a 5-part series about this grant program. In this video, we will discuss how to use SAGE, the state's electronic grants administration system.
This will be a brief overview of how to access and complete the application in SAGE. We will not go form by form through the application on this webinar. If you need assistance with SAGE at any time during the grant process, please reach out to one of us for help. We are available to help with questions specific to your application by telephone and email. You may also schedule an appointment for in-depth application questions. Applicants seeking assistance are advised to contact us well in advance of the application deadline. We are generally available until 4:30 p.m. each day, and no one will be in the office to help you after office hours. Please don't wait until the last day to submit your application. Remember, requests for extensions to the deadline will not be permitted. Again, our contact information will be available to you at the conclusion of this webinar.
This is the SAGE system homepage. Make sure that the homepage you see looks like this to make sure you're in the right version of SAGE. When navigating to SAGE, please do not just Google NJ SAGE, as it may take you to a different department's SAGE portal. You must use the link that we have provided in the grant guidelines and on the Cultural Trust website to make sure that you are in the correct SAGE portal. Please note that Google Chrome is the preferred internet browser on which to access SAGE. If you are a new user, click on New User. If you've forgotten your username or password, click on Forgot Username/Password. If you are registering as a new user, you will land on this page. Enter your organization's Federal Employer Identification Number, or FEIN, and select Department of State Cultural Trust as the granting department.
Please keep these notes in mind when registering. The username field must consist of all letters and numbers. The password field must consist of all letters and numbers and must be at least 7 characters long. The field's password and confirm password must be the same. Please keep a record of your username and password. The person who is to be the authorized official for the organization should complete the page, including organization and title. Once the authorized official's account is validated, that person can then create additional accounts for other members of your organization without those members having to complete the new user registration form. Please create an account for each person in your organization who will need to access documents in SAGE. Be sure to complete the registration form in its entirety. If organization and title are not included, your validation will be delayed. Once you have saved your contact information, your account must then be approved by a Department of State administrator before you can access the system. Please note, access and approval of registration is not automatic. If you attempt to log into the system prior to getting approved or validated by a system administrator, you will receive the following message: your account has not been validated yet. When access has been granted, you will receive an email message confirming that your account has been validated. This may take up to 5 business days, so please be sure to register for SAGE well in advance of the grant deadline.
Once you successfully log into SAGE, this is the screen you will see. The first thing to do before starting an application is to make sure that your organization's profile information is correct. The information in your organizational profile will flow automatically into your grant application when you initiate it, and you cannot edit it from inside your grant application. Here is how to view and edit your organizational profile information. First, click on the Organizations link in the black menu bar at the top of the SAGE screen. This is the page that will load. At the top of the page here, you see Cultural Trust Test Org. That's just the name of our test organization in SAGE. Your organization's name should appear there. You should see your organization's details on this page and wherever you see Cultural Trust Test Org during this webinar. Make sure that all the information on this page is correct for your organization. If you add or change any information, click the blue Save button at the top of the page. If any of the information in the grayed out boxes is not correct, you will need to contact Cultural Trust staff to have it corrected. Next, click on Organization Details for the Additional Profile Information page, where there is more information about your organization to complete and check.
Once you are on the Additional Profile Information page, you will find a list of additional forms. You will click into the second link, which is the form titled Required for Applicants to the New Jersey Department of State, Council on the Arts, etc. This form includes information that is required for your cultural trust application. You do not need to worry about any of the other links on this page, except for the second link highlighted on your screen. Please do not try to complete any of the other additional profile information forms. Complete the information in the white section of the form, which includes basic information about your organization. Click Save in the blue menu bar at the top of the page. Also, complete the information in the blue section of the form, which includes information about your board chair or president. Click Save in the blue menu bar at the top of the page. Do complete the white and blue sections of this form. You do not need to complete the gray and green sections of this form.
Then, to start your grant application in Sage, navigate back to your Sage homepage by clicking the gray Home tab at the top of the page. Click View Opportunities under View Available Opportunities. On the next screen, scroll down to find the application for Cultural Trust IFS Arts 2027. Opportunities are listed in alphabetical order. You will need to scroll past many opportunities that are not relevant to you until you find the Cultural Trust opportunity. You can also use the Apple F or Control F function on your computer to search Cultural Trust IFS Arts. When you find it, click Apply Now.
This is the screen you will see when you first open your grant application. Use the Forms menu to navigate to different parts of the application. You can always save your progress on your application and return to it later. Once you log out, here's how to find your in-process application again in order to continue working on it. When you log in, you will see the home screen. Your application should be available as a listing in the My Tasks section at the bottom of the screen. If not, you can click the Documents tab at the top of the Sage home screen. In the Document Type menu, you will find Cultural Trust IFS Arts 2027. Select this, then click Search. A chart will appear with a hyperlink to your application document. Return to the Forms menu in your application to complete all of the forms with your application materials. This brings us to the application itself. As you can see, it has several components. Be sure to complete all of the forms and upload all of the necessary application materials. Always remember to save often, and always save a form before you move on to the next form. I encourage you to reference the guidelines regularly as you move through the different forms and uploads in Sage. The guidelines are an important companion to Sage as they provide detailed descriptions and explanations of what is required for each form and each upload field. It is essential that you provide in Sage exactly what the guidelines request. If you have any questions about what information or what document to put in any field in Sage, please reach out to the Cultural Trust or to the Arts Council. The organizational profile information page is completed in a unique way, so we'll look at that page quickly now. When you access the organizational profile information page, it will be blank. You will first click the Save button at the top of the page. This will allow Sage to pull the contact and profile information that you reviewed earlier in the Organizations section of Sage. Scroll down to review the Applicant Information section. This information will not be editable. If you need to change any of the information that loads, you will have to go back to your organizational profile outside of the application. The instructions to do so are included at the top of the organizational profile review page. Once you have updated any incorrect information, you'll return again to the application, go to the organizational profile information page, and click Save again to update the profile information. Once all the information appears correctly on this page, scroll down to the bottom of the page and complete the rest of the form. Click Save, then use the Forms menu to navigate through and complete the rest of the application. When you have completed all of your application forms, you will finish on the Application Certification form. The application must be certified by both an organizational official, such as your executive director, and a member of the organization's board or governing body. Certification involves typing the individual's names and titles into the application certification form in Sage with their consent. It is very important that the organizational official and the organization are retaking this from the second paragraph. It is very important that the organization official and the board member are two different people. If the application is certified twice by the same person, it may be deemed ineligible and may not proceed to the panel process. Once you are ready to submit, check your work. Make sure you don't see any stop signs indicating that a form is incomplete. These error messages are there to help make sure that your application is complete. However, Sage does not check every single field in the application, so be sure to check the forms in detail. Pay special attention to the budget charts. Be sure not to leave any columns blank, as well as any support materials that are required for your specific project type. The final form in the application includes submission instructions about how to apply the submitted status to the application. We will also review this process now. Next to the Forms menu button, you will see the Status Changes button. Hover over the Status Changes button to see the options to either submit or cancel your application. Under Application Submitted, click Apply Status. Once you submit your application, you will see the current status in the document information bar has changed from application in process to application submitted.
If you would like to see more detailed Sage guides with screenshots of how to navigate and use Sage, please go to the New Jersey State Council on the Arts website grants page. You will find it under the grant application process header.
If you experience any technical issues with Sage, whether it's logging in, finding the application, or completing the forms, please reach out to Cultural Trust staff. Do not try to contact Sage directly. Because there are several different versions of Sage used by different state agencies, this can often lead to confusion. Instead, call or email the trust directly. We are happy to help.
Lastly, know that we want you to succeed. That's our role, to help you put together the best possible application. Contact us early and often, but please help us help you. Read the guidelines before you call, and please don't wait until the very last days before the deadline to ask your questions. As you can imagine, we tend to get very busy then, and you might have to wait for a call back while we help other applicants. Do not wait until the last day to submit your application in Sage. We know from past experience that Sage slows down the more traffic it experiences. If you are working late, staff isn't in the office to help you after regular office hours. We don't want you missing the deadline due to a technical glitch. The deadline is July 30th at 12 p.m. noon Eastern Time. Remember, extensions to the deadline will not be allowed. There are no exceptions. Please visit the Trust's website and read the guidelines to determine if this grant program is right for your organization. Reading the guidelines will answer most of your basic questions and is the #1 tip that we can offer you. Reading the guidelines will tell you everything that we think is important to know prior to completing the application.
That concludes this mini webinar about the Cultural Trust's Fiscal Year 27 IFS Arts Grant Program. If you want to learn more about the Fiscal Year 27 IFS Arts Grant Program, please check out the rest of this mini webinar series. Other videos address the grant program overall, the applicant eligibility, project eligibility, the components of the grant application, and grant writing tips. Contact information is on the screen for Tammy, Avery, and myself. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out.